Before his bold lines lit up New York City, Keith Haring was just a kid from Kutztown, Pennsylvania. He was born May 4th, 1958, and started drawing early thanks to his dad, a cartoonist who introduced him to basic drawing skills. Keith grew up inspired by Dr. Seuss, Disney, and comics. His style would always carry that playful, accessible energy. After high school, he enrolled in a commercial art school, but quickly realized that the corporate world wasn't for him. He dropped out and later that same year moved to New York City to attend the School of Visual Arts. There he discovered a thriving underground art scene. He connected with artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat and Kenny Scharf and began showing work at downtown clubs like Club 57. But Keith didn't want to be confined to galleries. He believed art is for everybody. So he brought his art to the streets. You may have seen his chalk drawings in New York City subways, simple figures, radiant babies, barking dogs. His art was playful, but always had something to say. One of his most iconic works, Crack is Whack, was painted illegally on a handball court in East Harlem in 1986. It was a response to the crack epidemic affecting communities, his own friends included. Keith was arrested, but the public rallied behind him. The message was too important. Keith used his art to speak out on the issues others were afraid to touch, especially the AIDS crisis, which affected him personally. His piece, Ignorance Equals Fear / Silence Equals Death, called on people to stop ignoring the epidemic and speak out. He also created works confronting racism, homophobia, and inequality, with a style that felt fun but carried weight. His figures were simple, his colors bold, but his meaning was powerful. Critics sometimes called his work too cartoonish, but Keith wasn't trying to impress art elites. He wanted to reach everyone, and he did. His art wasn't locked in museums. It was in parks, subways, playgrounds, anywhere people lived and gathered. In 1989, the same year he was diagnosed with AIDS, Keith created the Keith Haring Foundation, dedicated to AIDS education, children's programs, and public art. He passed away just a year later, at the age of 31, but his legacy never stopped. Today, Keith Haring influence is everywhere, on murals, in fashion, in pop culture, and in the work of artists like Banksy, Shepard Fairey, and Takashi Murakami. His symbols like the radiant baby, the heart, and the dancing figures are understood by people all over the world. You don't need a gallery guide, you just feel it. Keith didn't just create art, he created a visual language for hope, protest, inclusion, and love. He challenged the idea of what art could be, who it was for, and where it belonged. Because to him, it was simple. Art is for everybody.